this thing on mine. It's kinda like you, and it's always all the time. So let's resolve the problem, though. And if you don't want to resolve it, then I'll definitely ensure I know. Cause most of the time you're sitting there just staring at me like you don't care. But I care, cause you're just a problem in there. Nigga, I don't even
Welcome to the Carlson Show.
I wanna take you out of the way, get you out the place, punch you in the face. Man, you wanna be discriminated against my race, go ahead. But now you're sitting there, and this is not me. This isn't you. You are the fucking problem. And every time I see you, you fucking problem. Every time I see you on the street, tell you what a fucking problem. And every time I wanna hit you down, it's gonna be
I'm glad you came to watch the show today. Today we're going to be talking about where has Cairo Sun been all these weeks, and some other things I'm planning to do this year, 2010. How about it, eh? Cue it. Turn. Alright, there, good. Right, great. So, basically, I'm sure you were wondering where I was. Well, long story short, there were some problems in the process of moving arrangements. There were some assholes who ended up being complete morons and losers. And it all started when, I was planning to move. It was a sunny day. I remember bird tweeting. I remember being asked by my sister if I wanted to live somewhere where I wouldn't have to pay a security deposit. And she said, this place is perfect. It's in the middle of the city, and it's not too far away from a university. And she said that it would be a perfect place for me to live because I wouldn't have to pay any deposit and I only have to pay first time's rent. I said, okay. I said, who do I call? And she gave me the number to the tenant who was leaving. So I called the number to the tenant who was leaving the area. And I called her, and she told me that we could tour the place the next day. The very next day I went there, looked at the place, everything like that, and the main tenant, the one that wasn't leaving, the main tenant who was living there, told me that I wouldn't have to worry about paying a security deposit. Lo and behold, a few days later, 3 days later technically, the tenant who was leaving called me and said I would have to pay her a security deposit up front. In terms of paying some other things, and I thought it was a ripoff. Because first you're telling me I don't have to pay a security deposit, now you're saying I have to pay a security deposit. And on top of that, the next few days, or the next few weeks, I was preparing to move to this place in Squirrel Hill, which is in the middle of the city. And the girl, the main tenant, told me I had to pay a whole different price from the price that they told me I would have to pay. One thing led to another. The week I moved in there, I got all of my stuff, bed, drawer, desk included, over to the place. And lo and behold, she told me again, when I gave her a money order, that my money order was wrong because my name was in the back of the money order, and her name was supposed to be in the back of the money order. That didn't turn out right. A week later, we had a meeting in this apartment, and she basically told me that I shouldn't live there and I shouldn't be a tenant. So fuck her. And you know what? God blessed me somewhere else. I live somewhere else now. All thanks to you. So that song, that was for you. Because you are the effing problem.